Titan, Demon Slayer, fights and shit. No. I'm here for the gyaru best girl. It's always super ginky. It's always like, yeah, let's go. The opening is amazing. So come on, it's the best opening season. Rumbling as crap. This is the real opening, right? A cute girl being all happy. Come on. But anyway, I love this show, right? I have read the manga, right? Not the whole manga, but I read, maybe not season 1, but like half. So I don't know how far we're going to. But obviously, Mar's amazing. This episode's gonna introduce to us. Now we're gonna see them start dating or working together. I mean, but you're best dating, right? And she's gonna be all adorable and all oppies, and she's gonna be all, showing and revealing her body. It's gonna be, she's a gyaru, It's gonna be a lot of, visuals this episode. I'm sure of it. But anyway, jokes aside, okay. There is a tsunami warning in Japan. Of course, I hope that everyone's gonna be fine, right? And it's hopefully not a big deal, I will say, because if you've been to Japan, tsunami warnings are quite common. But anyway, this one is a little delayed here, right? I have some trouble with that. So, but it's probably fine. They didn't cancel this episode. They just kept airing it anyway, I believe. So I just checked out very quickly here, right, before on TV here. So as always, I am watching this on Japanese TV, right? So this is the real deal. So we're gonna have a tsunami warning text coming and so on while watching it here, I believe. I don't know. It's gonna air in the American stuff and so on. Perhaps, for example, Attack on Titan, they didn't air that when they had tsunami warning. But it's a different thing because Attack on Titan, they had tsunami warnings and they cut off the episode, right? Because I was watching that live, right, last year, and they cut off the episode the last 2 minutes. Here, I think that it's just doing the whole thing here. I haven't, watched it, but I think doing the whole thing. So probably gonna air it in America and so on. Hopefully at least. But maybe it's gonna get delayed 1 week then. But I don't think so, because it didn't actually stop airing, I believe, here on TV. But I haven't watched it yet, right? So, because I'm just coming in later here. No, because that's why I was waiting. That's why I'm 20 minutes late here on this stream, because I was waiting for it to be okay, let's happen. Are they gonna cancel it, right? So I was like, let's not do this stream, because the title was kind of confusing when I did that stream last year, right? And of course, then they, as I said, they used to cancel it in the middle, not the middle, but in the end of the episode, they stopped airing it, and that year was kind of sad too, because I got a lot of comments saying oh no, this guy's watching some, and I was like, I'm watching on TV, right? Because in Attack on Titan, I didn't even know about it yet. I didn't know about it, the warnings. So last year, Attack on Titan, I started watching the episode, right? Again, live on Japanese TV, right? Airing live, and then cut off when I was watching it. And I was like, what, tsunamis and shit? Yeah, I was like, oh shit, yeah. So that was I didn't even know about it before when it started airing, right? So, yet I got 50 comments oh, this guy's watching it even though it's a tsunami warning, what a douchebag or something. And I was like, but I didn't know. You can watch his reaction. I didn't know it was time. But anyway, now I do know though, the tsunami warnings for this anime. But let's start watching it. So 3, 2, 1, and go, best girl. So yeah, this time I do know it's not. Yeah, but last year I didn't, right? And I was just it was very, very live, Usually I watch Titan, super live. But anyway, of course now she's all oh my god, it's hot, I wanna be a sexy hero girl. Oh my god, yes. He's what? You wanna be some kind of hentai or something? What? Oh, the opening I already seen a million times. This is the opening I watched the most, honestly. More than Rumbling and so on. Rumbling is decent, yeah. But does it have a cute guy in it? No, it doesn't! It has one blonde chick. Only one blonde chick in it. There's nothing... doesn't have this, come on. I don't think it's awesome. Look at it. I love this in here. She's oh, I'm gonna do school with the hair here. She goes, she's good, you couldn't. It's God, you can! Oh my god! Yes! Oh, this is the best part now, after the shop here, right? She's a TV now. Yeah, here. You can see. It's come on. You can feel the genkiness of her just radiating through the opening, right? And of course, now we're gonna see her in all different outfits and so on. This is the one. This is the best of this, This part now, you can see all her ecchi cosplays, right? She's very ecchi, though, this girl. She is very ecchi. Let's get honest here. She's top 10 of 10 gyaru, come on. This this outfit here and there. Yeah, and the underwear, yeah. Do-do. do. But trust me, guys, this is one of the most ecchi animes ever. I mean, I started the manga. She's gonna have to, show her body to him, right, to get the measurements. It's like, this is why we love anime. Come on, it's only manga and anime, right? We get the stuff. The foreign in the West will never have the guts to do cute guys like this. Genki, top 10 of gyros, right? Yeah, my coffee's still a little there, but I went to the gym though and so on, so it's much better. And when I say gym, I mean I went to the outdoor gym at the beach, so I'm the only guy there in the freaking snow, so it's like I'm giving anyone any shit, right? Because I'm the only person at the gym, literally. But here we go. She's like, I wanna be all these sexy gyros and get cute eyes and boobies and it's like, come on. But yeah, now it's a tsunami warning there. The bottom. Yeah, so her dream, of course, Marin-chan, is to become a cosplay pro, right? She wants to seduce all the men in the world. And Godio doesn't get that thing. He's like, well, what? Well, what's the problem with that? He's like, I'm not saying a problem. I'm just confused about it. He's like, you're this top dog girl, right? And, this is his school's best babe, right? Yeah, he's like, well, what? You're some kind of like hentai? Because honestly, she's into aero games, right? She's like a super perv, right? Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah, so her dream is to be like the sexy aero game cosplayer girl. Which is like a very specific dream, I feel. Yeah, for our blonde babe here. If you follow me on Twitter, you see I've changed my avatar to, of course, Marin-chan. Yeah, Baccarina's last year, right? Now it's the new best girl. Marin. But yeah, Godio is very confused. I would be too if I was that nerdy loser guy with no friends. Suddenly there's, that the school's hottest girl is like, yeah, she's all like, oh yeah, then I want to be doing this thing, and then this position, and he's just like, wait, she's a super otaku! Yeah, of course, that's a thing, right? She's a super nerd, yeah, she's the biggest nerd in school, right? Honestly, this anime, of course, is portraying the dream girl for most nerds, right? Like, suddenly figuring out that the hottest girl at school is actually the biggest nerd, right? Yeah, she's the most biggest pervy nerd ever, right? And her dream also is to do, basically do porn, right? Yeah, almost, yeah. Like, she's on the borderline of, like, borderline hen girl, yeah, like... It's her dream! But yeah, she's school's biggest otaku, of course. But also though, gyaru has a personality trait, right? It's very extrovert and so on, but gyros are kinda extreme, right? Oh my god, I wanna do this bondage stuff? Like, what? Okay. I used Beast Fast Peacemaker yesterday, right? They remind me of Peacemaker, suddenly it's like a ecchi scene, suddenly it's an ecchi scene, what? Yeah, but I do love how he's just like, wow, she's so adorable, right? She's so wholesome and genki, yeah. He looking at her, she's all like, yeah, let's do it, yeah, come on, yeah. And he's just like, yeah, sure, babe, yeah. But that's why she's so cute, she's so goddamn wholesome genki, right? She's so into it, yeah. But there you go, they're gonna team up, come on, the ultimate team up. Yeah, be sure to your games, yeah, with like a lot of sex in them. It's like, what? No, that's no problem. Come on, you don't need to know all this stuff, come on. But thing is that, he might be a nerd, like typical bullied nerd with no friends, right? But he's like a normal guy, right? He's with no friends. And also into this doll making, right? But she's, some super perverted, like, gyaru. Yeah. She's just like, let me explain to you these dating sex games. Yes! It's like, what? But yeah, now they're befriending each other here in the otaku way, right? Because, of course, no one else respects his love for dolls, right? But she's really into it, right? So she understands how to be a nerd, right? She understands nerd... yeah, she's like, I get nerd culture, yeah, I'm the biggest nerd. But this is nice, yeah, it gives her a little... So, he's not that used, right, to, make human clothes, right? He's a very, very good tailor, right, but he hasn't done, for big oppies, right, for real big oppies, yeah. He's not used to, like, crafting for such a big girl, right? And also it's expensive and all that stuff, good stuff, right, Yeah. But that's more of the storyline too. He has to train, of course, to actually be able to do it, right? Made my monsters, free commercial for monsters. It's again where I live. Keep doing this stuff. I can say this thing. I don't dislike monsters. I like it, but it's like, you know, I think it's good. But when I live monsters, the ending rig, they keep having this like buy 2 for 1 stuff. It's back again, so that's why I bought like 10 of them again because it's so cheap. I'm just a cheapskate. That's the thing. But here we go. Now they're best friends now. Come on. He's like, yes. Suddenly he picked up the hottest girl at school. Come on. See, now he's lying all confused at home, being like, Grandpa, I think I have a girlfriend. Yeah, it's like, how's it going, kid? He's like, I think I have like a new best friend. She's like a slutty gyaru, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like lying there. He's like, I love it. He's just like very confused. Yeah, it's like, well, she was super into it. He's like, yeah, he's like, what was that? A girl otaku? Is that a thing? Yeah. He's so confused, right? Like, you can't even relate to it. It's like, what girls can be super nerdy? It's like, what is this? He discovered the hidden gem, right, of a gamer girl. Yeah, it's like super awesome ultimate gamer girl. Kind of. Yeah, now he's getting, you know, oh shit, I need to do like underwear and so on. Yeah. Now it's getting all awkward, you know. He has to do all the ecchi stuff. Here we go! Suddenly a cute best girl that comes to his new house, you know. See? He's like, ah! You can't visit me! I never have a... Like, I like it, he has no friends, right? He goes from having 0 friends to suddenly befriending the cutest girl at school, right? Yeah, he's like, oh, what? I mean, this poor guy had, you know, no one visited him since like 10 years ago, right? I can relate, you know, I also have no friends. You know, obviously I'm a fat nerd, right? Who's gonna befriend me, right? Yeah. You know how that is. God, you really is, you know, living the dream, right? Yeah, like suddenly, you know, dating the cutest girl in school, right? Yeah. And she's obviously walks in. She's a weirdo. But yeah, but that just makes her extra adorable, right? That she just has no limits. She's just like, oh, is it the boyfriend in your room? Like, do you do it in here? Do you do this stuff? Yeah, come on. She's all like, oh, I wanna look through your stuff and so on, you know. No, she's so kinky. Oh god. Now she has to go and touch all the stuff and so on, you know. Yeah, because she has like no limits. Yeah, of course her ass to me. But you know, this girl is crazy. She has to be like, I have to go through your porn stats, you know, so on. Yeah, come on. She's this like kind of weird. She definitely has a lot of hen, you know, jokes with her. Yeah. She has to be like, oh, I gotta clean up your place. What's under your mattress, boy? Yeah, come on. And obviously he's like, shit, she's gonna find all my hen stuff and so on, and I can see her pantsu, and she keeps showing me her. Yeah, he's getting a heart attack, right? He's getting like, oh, I can see her pantsu. Stop showing me the pantsu. I need to not look at them. Yeah, I need to go all Buddha here and like not stare at her pantsu. He has no idea what's up for him. Yeah. Allow it. He's afraid of her. Who wouldn't be? She's way too much. Yeah, here we go. Come on, let's do it, boy! He's way too much. He's like, ah! You tried to have sex with me? Yeah, he's like, you gotta size me up, right? Here we go, come on. This is why we're here for, guys, for the etchiness, come on. She has to be like, you gotta size me up, boy! I gotta show you the jewels, come on. Yeah, it's all like, I never sized any human up, you know, especially big boobs. Yeah, it's all like, you know. Like he's squishing that cake there, yeah, it's like, But yeah, of course it's awkward for him. He has no friends, right? He's never kissed a girl, never talked to a girl, right? Suddenly this girl is in his bedroom, like, showing her pulse to him, yeah. Of course he goes from having no action to, you know, maximum action immediately. But here we go, she's gonna show everything, because this girl is crazy! She got him gyro! She's gonna be like, oh yeah, let's go! Here we go, oh boys! And yeah, because she's massively sizable, holy shit, man. Oh, here we go, she's just gonna be like, just show everything to him! Oh, what's my pants? Oh, okay, let's go! The goddamn, this anime is ecchi, man. This is gonna be one of the ecchi anime ever. There we go. Yeah, let's go! She's like, oh yeah! Do you like my ass? Like my boobs? Yeah. Because, you know, she's a goddamn super slutty guy. That's her character. Like, let's be honest here. She's just like, come on, it's no problem. Wanna see me naked? I don't care. Yes, it's just like, my god, this woman is very, very casual when it comes to sex, right? Yeah. She's like, well, come on, you're gonna measure my ass. Come on, touch it. He's like, what? Stop showing your ass in my face. Come on, let's do it, right? Yeah, like this. it almost is very hen, this anime, let's be honest here. It's very, very... If it wasn't an anime, if it was a hentai, they would have sex by now. Yeah, absolutely. She's like, come on! Wanna see my ass? Wanna measure my oppas? Touch them, boy. Get a good feel so you know how big they are, yeah. But I love this thing, it's so awkward now. He has to be like, yeah, I gotta measure you. Stop pressing your oppas in my face. Yeah. Die shopping? Don't be afraid of. Yeah, come on, I don't care. She's so adorable though. She's like, I don't care if you touch me. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, it's like, there's no problem. Oh, this poor virgin boy. This is so awkward. Come. Oh my god, yeah. Straight up in the yes. Gotta get some good angles to the anime. At least this anime is excuses for that to show the girls tatas and so on, yeah. This is at least, you know, a lot of animes try to have their fan service. This anime is all fan service. It's like Kenyo, yeah, they have to be like, well, we gotta show the girl's ass, right, you know, we gotta show her pantsu. He's gonna craft pantsu, right? He's gonna pantsu tailor, yeah, we gotta... But it's so funny too, she's like, you know, classic gyaru, you know, yeah, she's just like, oh, I don't care, you wanna see my pantsu, let's go! But he's like, he's trying to calm down here. He's trying to calm down his manhood to be like, okay, I'm a professional. Yeah, I'm a professional. I can measure your body. Yeah, I am a professional tailor. Okay, I can do it. Here we go. It's gonna be all like, yeah, it's gonna be Suru mode. I love it. It's like, gonna get all serious. Like, I'm a tailor. Okay, let's do it. Yeah, it's like, get the katana out there. Okay, I can do this. Okay. This is how long her arm are, and you know, he's just doing his job right. He just has a very nice occupation, yeah. Gotta measure her tights and measure, you know, her pantsu line, and yeah, gotta measure it. You know, just doing his job, right? Just touching, you know, the stuff to, you know, measure it. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Touch her legs. Oh man, this is gonna be some weird hand stuff now. She's like, you gotta measure my toes. Oh yeah, now it's gonna be weird, right? Now it's definitely gonna get weird. She's like, measure my toes, boy. Yeah, now it's gonna be fetish stuff here. Now it's gonna get handy, right? She's gonna be like, get in there, touch these toes, boy. Yeah. Exactly, now she's all like, oh yeah, touch my toes. Now it's getting the tsunami waters again here, so. Hopefully everyone is fine, of course, but I don't think there's that big... I should say too much. Oh man, that oppai bounced there. I like how they were very detailed with oppai bounce. Yeah, it was like, she like oppa's like flying up there because she's very big. You know, she's a very big girl. Let's be honest here. Of course she is. Whereas she wouldn't be good at anime right, with that huge guy show up her oppais. But yeah, it's very, very detailed oppai bounce here. This is one of the most detailed oppai bounce I've seen in a long time here. They're very, very detailed on her oppais flopping around. Here we go, now it's gonna be weird, right? Now it's gonna be, yeah, now it's gonna get hen almost. She's all like, measure my toes. Yeah, touch them, boy. Yeah, get your fingers in there. Now it's gonna be, yeah, now it's gonna be really awkward. And she's like, you better measure my toes detailed. Like, feed them up, yeah, measure every toe line. Now it's gonna get really weird. Yeah, she's all like, oh yeah, get in there, measure every toe, you know, take the band, roll around it, and yeah, really feed them up. Oh yeah, get in there, boys. Yeah, now he's getting really awkward. He's like, this poor boy, man, he's gonna have a heart attack. So all his blood's gonna go right, all his blood's gonna go into his, yeah. But this was cute, look at that. She's all like, yeah, she's all like, you know, taunting him, like, you wanna see some oppas? Yeah, she's all super annoying, like, come on, get in there. It's just like, she knows she's pretty and she likes it, come on. Come on, what's the problem? Come on, yeah, come on, it's oppas. She stands there like taunting him. Oh, she's so adorable. She's such a casual, oh my god, this bounces, oh my god. Those were one of those detailed oppai bounces I've seen in a long time. This is some serious hen level of oppai bounces. Yeah, she's all like, wow, look at my oppais, and they're animating them flopping around. Yeah, holy shit, this scene is super hen, man. This is borderline hen, holy god. They're so detailed too. This is so awkward. Gotta measure your oppas. It's so hard. It's very, very hard, I think, for him. It's very hard. It's very, very hard to measure this big oppas. Yeah, it's rough for him. Between a rock and a rock, yeah, it's hard place and hard places. Oh man. Yeah, gotta measure her, you know, her waistline, and she's like, this is so much fun! Yeah, she is enjoying it. Oh, this is so much fun! Yeah, you like that? You like that? It's like, oh, she's so mean in that sense. She's just taunting him, right? You like measuring up eyes? Focus. His hands that kill me. Oh, this poor boy, man. He's dying from blood loss. Oh, I guess it's over. I guess her up eye measurement's over. But I like how she's so evil to him. She's like, yeah, do it. Get close. Get in there and touch. It's like she really is trying to get him to get laid with him. Yeah, now she's like, come on, they're pretty big, right? Yeah. But obviously she's very, very casual with it. You know, typical guy, right? I mentioned earlier. She's obviously very open with her sexuality, right? Which makes her a cool woman, right? A little bit of that Melona vibe in her. She's like, you know, oh, he was the opposite, I don't care, yeah, you know. A little bit of that, you know, badass, you know, if Melona is my wife, right, which of course she is, Marin is my best girl, come on. Oh my god, she's a good chat yesterday with Melona. I'm just over, oh. Melona also gonna be the wife, though. But yeah, look at her now, she's like, she sees that weakness there. She's like, you wanna touch them? Yeah, you wanna get... Yeah. Come on, boy! You best friends? You and me now? We're best friends now, come on. She's all like, come on, you're adorable. Yeah, but she's so cute, right? Goddamn Genki wholesome guy, yeah. Come on! Yeah, she's like, come on, we're best friends, right? If you wanna get some action, I don't care, you wanna meet my girlfriends? Yeah, we can do it, you know. She's all like, you know, come on, I love you, man. You're like my best friend now. Want some sex tips, you know? She's like, you want some positionings? Yeah, like, oh god, she's so funny. And the poor boy is like, holy shit, man. He's having a heart attack like, the whole episode. Blood loose, man. You gotta give it credit to having this like kind of weird bikini pantsuit too, right? Like a double layered. Yeah, I mean this woman is just coming in her granny pantsuit, right? She's getting a very sexy pantsuit like that. This woman was just, you know, and now she's like shaking it in front of me. Now she's like, you wanna look at my pantsuit? Like, you know, she's like a weird. It is in a sense a very, very weird episode, which is like standing in front of him, shaking her ass like, yeah, that's right, measure my line, and yeah, now he's putting her ass in, now he's like zooming in on her buttocks in this weird angle, very anime angle, and she's like, yeah, that's right, get up there, boy. Oh my god. Okay, now maybe she's getting awkward though. Maybe he finally got her limit. Yeah. Yeah, I guess he finally hit the limit here. Now she's like, wait a minute, you're measuring my... I guess even Marin-chan has a limit here. Now she's getting awkward too here. I guess he finally found her Genkai. Her Genkai was past there. Yeah, that was the Genkai when started measuring her ass. That was the Genkai. that was the line where she was like, actually, maybe it is a little awkward when you're touching, when you're like, yeah, when you're measuring that. She had a limit here, okay. Even our beloved guy who had a limit. That was the last, that she couldn't pass that line there. Yeah, okay. Started getting awkward when he was like... But I think this episode is one of the most ecchi ones, honestly. Yeah, I think it's gonna be less ecchi later, honestly. This might be the most ecchi, unfortunately, we're gonna get, right? This, like, borderline hentai episode here. Yeah, this is the most ecchi. Later on, depending on what costume he's gonna make, right? Like the one she's like in her bikini, basically, somewhat. Then it's gonna be a little more ecchi, right? Okay, now she's giving him the arrow games now. Yeah, now it's getting weird up because now she's giving him her like she's giving him these arrow games. You know, she's a very weird woman. She's like, please play these games. Yeah, these hentai games, and tell me to review them for me. He's like, okay, yeah. It's like she's a weird perv, right? She's a very weird nerd otaku girl. She's like, hey boy, please play these board games, yeah, and tell me about what you like in them. Now Grandpa, of course, comes in here when he's playing the games. Oh, he's playing it very serious too. Yeah, he's like playing them for research purposes. Yeah, he's like, okay, this scene apparently, according to Marin, is a very good scene. Yeah. Like he's playing them very, very seriously. And Grandpa is like, where did my grandson go wrong? Yeah. They're taking notes like, I see, yes, this angle she likes, yeah. And his grandpa is like, what's he doing? Poor grandpa, he's getting confused there. Naruhodo! It's like writing down the details of their cosplay outfits. Oh my god. Yeah. Do. Oh, that was hilarious. That was amazing. As always. Oh man, this is the best girl of the season, easily. But yeah, I wonder if hopefully it's gonna air, of course, in the rest of the world. As I mentioned earlier again, right, I watched the Japanese version now, right, with, so no subtitles, the man of culture version, I'd call it, right, with no freaking subs, because that's for noobs, and, the real deal, right, that has to really immerse myself into the language to understand what they're saying. That being said, most of the episodes is her ass and boobs, so it wasn't like that hard to understand the storyline. I feel this is an anime, at least this episode, where you probably are fine, not knowing much Japanese, because it's mostly basically very, very ecchi, kind of almost hentai, right? Showing her oppas the whole episode. So it's not that hard to understand the storyline. It's like, here's a woman with huge oppas being measured by her tailor, and yeah, that's the anime episode. So if you don't understand this episode without subtitles, I don't want to tell you, but you probably have some issues. That's not really mean, no, but let's be honest before we review it. There's a lot of animes, right, where honestly you can understand it even without being able to read it. I mean, obviously I can understand the Japanese, right, to some extent, right. I won't say I'm fluent, right, but almost fluent, I guess, orally speaking. It is not that hard, I think, to understand most animes. They're speaking. It's much harder to read Japanese, right? Even though I can read hiragana, katakana, and I can read, I don't know, let's say 300 kanjis, maybe more, 400 kanjis, I don't know. But something like that. So I'm not fluent, right, because I can't read the language that good. But orally speaking, it's not that hard. And it's also much easier to, if you read text, right, and try to understand text without any context, so to speak, that's hardest, right? If you read a manga, it's easier because you have the image, right, and you have the context of the image. And if you're watching an anime where you're talking, right, you have the context of what's actually happening, right? So you can connect the dots, right? But this episode, honestly, right, it is, I mean, I love the episode, don't get me wrong, but it is basically just like a soft-core hentai, right, to understand. So if you can't understand this thing here, I don't know what to tell you, right, because there's not much to understand. It's like very, very sexy, attractive woman, right, that's asking this guy to, measure her body, right, so you can make it, sexy cosplay outfits, right? So that's just the whole episode from a storyline aspect, right? So yeah, I mean, there are a lot of animes out there where you really should be able to understand them without speaking Japanese, because yeah, it isn't much of a storyline. I don't say that to be bad. I mean, I love anime, but I'm just like, this episode doesn't really like bring in like the meaty storyline, right? This is like, yeah, it's like an ecchi, sexy joke episode where they just keep joking about her oppas. I mean, that's the episode, right? Like, let's be honest here, that's the episode. Like, that's it, right? Nothing wrong with that. I mean, this is by far the best rom-com and ecchi this season, right? And it definitely goes into something like, to some extent, Nagatoro, right? Usaki, or this kind of rom-com kawaii senpai joking style, I feel, because obviously she is somewhat very similar to Nagatoro, to some extent, right? Nagatoro also is like, senpai, wanna touch my oppas? Yeah, they're kind of similar, right? Both gyarus, right? Very outspoken, very, in your face kind of lady, very aggressive gyarus, right? And she's all like, you looked at my pantsuit, and that stuff. So kind of teasing him, right? So I think so, yeah. She's obviously way nicer than Nagatoro. She's much more genuinely, romantically involved with him, right, and dating him and so on, right? Of course, not dating yet, but they're obviously kind of in love, right? Very, very rapidly here, and she's more genuinely open with it. But otherwise, I think she's very similar to Nagatoro, both appearance-wise, but also personality-wise, right? Because they're both kind of like, how you wanna look at my oppa? Oh, teasing you, yeah, very, very teasing, right? They're kind of rom-com teasing. So yeah, it is really fun. I think this is by far the best comedy anime. I mean, this is easily getting my most level on me this season. By far, right? By far. But anyway, let's review the episode. And I mean, obviously, again, I just say it here, right? Of course, I hope everyone's fine in the tsunami and so on. But as I said, they didn't stop the episode, so I don't think that it is that bad in my experience. If it's like I said earlier, right? I take a time example. Roughly a year ago, they canceled like the last part of the episode. Then that tells you that the government is like, oh, this tsunami is serious because we're canceling TV show, right? Here, the tsunami warning was on the side a little bit, right? That's also why I did this live stream a little later than I was hoping for, because I was like waiting to see if they were gonna cancel the episode, right? I wanted to know if they were like, so I didn't want to do like I said last yet and started doing a stream, right, of the episode when it's airing, and then suddenly it's like, 5 minutes it's cancelled or whatever. Yeah, so I waited until it finished, but it happened. So that also tells me that hopefully the tsunami isn't that big, right, because they didn't cancel it. But anyway, let's review it. So I mean, yeah, the raw premise, right, is that he is the god you. He's a cute little nerd boy, right, with dolls and so on. Doesn't have any friends, right? Definitely doesn't have a girlfriend or even any, romance in his life, right? And suddenly he's basically being attacked by this super sexy guy, right? And she's all like, "God, you're looking my up, boys!" Yeah, and he's like, ah! And he's basically being like almost awed by her, right? Yeah. But I love it though, in the sense that this Marin is fun too, because she's a Genki, right? Typical guy or Genki, how she, of course, came to his house, right? And he's like, opening the door. Marin, she's like, "Hey, yeah," just runs into his bedroom. "Hey, do you have porn down here?" Hey, and she's like, and he's like, yeah, runs like his house, right? And he's like, "What's happening? Where did you came from?" And she's all like, "Yeah, that's right." Running around in his house, and he's like, well, what's happening, right? And it's cute too, how he immediately is like, "I can see your ass," and she's like, "Oh, this is gonna get started, boy." And right at this moment, he's like, "Whoa, what's happening? I can see everything." She's revealing so much, right? And she's like, "Ho, young boy, we are just getting started. This is nothing," right? Then we get this classic scene with her, seeing the trailer, so she's leaning forward, right? He's like, leaning forward to him, and he's like, "What's happening?" And she's like, "Oh boy, we are gonna do it now." This stuff feels very, very typical, aggressive, kind of the style storyline, right? And she's like, runs into his bedroom, like, "Show me your porn!" Woo! And she's like, "Oh boy, we gonna do it now." Yeah, like, "Oh, you wanna see me naked?" Like, basically, yeah. He's like, what's happening? Yeah, where did you come from? And she's like, "Oh yeah, let's do it," right? And of course but this is what I mean, she's similar to Nagatoro, right? Because she basically is like, "Oh, you wanna see my boobs?" And he's like, wait, what? I just met you yesterday. She's like, "Yes, right, we're dating now. I'm your girlfriend now," right? And she's like, basically does the whole, "Ha, I was wearing a bikini." So yeah, this is straight up on like a Nagatoro scene, right? I'm just saying this. I don't remember this one of these manga's oldest, but I'm just pointing out that Nagatoro does the exact same thing, right? With Senpai, and he's like, "See you naked?" "That's right, I am naked." But of course, she has the bikini under. Like, "You make you look, Senpai," So yeah, very similar scene, right? And she just flips up her bikini in his face, right? But obviously, it is just like Nagatoro and also Manasomo, right? This anime is certainly doing a lot of these like ecchi hen jokes, right? Because if you remove that it's not an anime, right, or a manga, this would be straight up a hentai scene, right? Where, again, the girl is for every reason is loving this guy, runs into his bedroom, and it's like, "You wanna see me?" And it's like, "No, I just met you. Let's see me!" And of course, they will show everything in the hentai, right? And then they will have, intercourse. But this, of course, is an anime, so they're more joking about it. But it's certainly, most of the jokes are very ecchi oriented, right? And mostly in that, borderline hand jokes, right? It's kind of like yesterday, I watched Peacemaker, for that matter, right? Episode 1 I reviewed this morning. Very, very good. Loved it, right? And I'm a huge James Gunn fan, so obviously I'm biased. But James Gunn, he did his... if you haven't seen it, looking for YouTube. So James Gunn did these like PG porn videos like 10, 20 years ago. And that's how his anime kind of feels, right? Like basically, one of my favorite scenes is James Gunn in this car repair shop, right? And the girl is like, "Oh, you're gonna fix my car? Should I pay with my, And he's like, "Oh, can I have money?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "Can I pay with my..." And he's like, "No, I just wanna like fix your car." He's like, "Oh, you're gonna fix your car with your PP?" He's like, "No, that would hurt. Like, my pee is mushy. I need to use this, I need to use my tools. She's like, yeah, those tools. And, he keeps trying to smash him, right? And James Gunn is like, no, I just want to fix your car, and can I have the kitten there as payment instead? Yeah, like, can I have... And of course, the kitten is the cat strap because of the pee, yeah. She's like, oh, can I have a kitten instead? That's what I meant. I want to buy a kitten from you. She's like, God damn it, okay, fine. It's a bit how this feels, right? Because, we have this girl running around in his bedroom, and he's just like, why are you keep showing me your body parts? He's like, look at my buttocks. He's like, no, I don't want to do it. But yeah. But I mean, she's so annoying in a sense, right? It's super adorable, but also kind of annoying. She's like, come on, do it. Touch the oppies. Do it already. Yeah, and he's like, what? Yeah, and she's like, lying in his bed there being like, come on, boy, let's do it. I mean, that's what I mean. This anime is very, very adjacent, right? Yeah, hentai adjacent. She jumps into his bedroom, and then jumps in his bed, and he's like, come on, measure my feet, touch your feet. And he's like, can you please leave my bedroom? No, I'm lying in bed, touch my feet. And he's like, what's happening here? And of course, I think a large part of what makes it fun, right? That is that, but I'm more meaning, right? Kind of the James Gunn video, how it is, obviously the storyline is set up hentai, right? Most of it, right? But of course they don't do it, right? It's just that borderline of like, so the joke James Gunn does is like, people that like porn without the sex, yeah, like they actually like the dialogue, you know what I mean? This is kind of what this anime is, right? Honestly, I feel that. It's like a hentai dialogue, without the actual doing it, Isn't what this anime is to a large extent? Isn't this anime actually like, basically like the hentai dialogue, but you don't actually, get the sex, right? Isn't this the anime actually, if you think about it? Like it is basically, yeah, like the hentai dialogue without the actual doing it. It's like the boring stuff, like the boring, the ecchi stuff, the actual, the stuff you don't want to see, right? But I love this scene, though, maybe the favorite scene, where she's like, it's time to measure my oppies, and he's like, what? Oppies! She kind of attacks it afterwards. Oh my god, yeah. Then she basically like flips them in his face and like, touch them, measure them, get a good feel. But what I love so much is that face. That's like, like that kind of glaring, like, oh yeah, you wanna see some oppies? You wanna touch them, boy? Right? And he's like, well, what are you doing? And she's like, come on, these my boobies. Yeah, like keeps attacking him, right? And he's like, this is very awkward. Yeah, and she keeps like basically. But I mean, she is a hentai. Come on, she's a hentai. Her hobby, right, is to play error games, right? Is to play porn games. And so this woman is quite open with, how it works down there, right? Yeah, and gotta love this scene, right? But she's basically attacking him with her oppies, and he's just like, no, can't look at them, can't touch them. She's like, you can't touch. I don't care, boyfriendo. He's like, really? Come on, leave me alone. But yeah, the adorable best girl gyaru, right? And in the end, though, she does literally give him her favorite games, and her games are all error games. So, if you don't know what that is, right, error game is, of course, hentai games, right? You play, you date and Bible Black and so on. Yeah, you go on some date, or, you get odd or whatever, right? It depends, right? It's, they usually an error game has, you're playing as the main character, and it's several different characters you can date, right? She plays this like mixture of otome and error games. I think she's a girl. She plays this like mixed harem games, so you can date both men and women and so on, right? And and you get some ecchi scenes, right, or actual sex scenes depending on the game, right? So some of them are, not visual, right, so to speak, and so on, but most of them are, of course, very, very visual, right? I think one thing is fun with error games is that they're kind of crazy, right? They have really crazy storylines. Because the player picks different paths, right? So you might have like 4 or 5 different endings. Some of them, the ending is depending on what woman or whoever you date, right? A man or woman you date. But in many of them, it's like a mixture of that combined with really sick storylines, right? So honestly, I think there are a lot of error games out there. Like I talked about BioBlack, right? Last year. BioBlack has like a really good storyline, like seriously. It's like a 20-year-old game, right? The most famous error game. Of course, I played it when it was, when it was kind of new-ish, right? And BioBlack has like a really good storyline. Like he's all this like horror team and this thing, like and betrayal and so on. It has actually really interesting dialogue and so on, right? So I think that the reason, because in Japan it's popular, right, ero games, the reason why they work, I think, is kind of similar to the horror genre, you know, the horror movie genre. Where the horror movie genre, you can make pretty cheap movies, and they can be pretty interesting and fun to watch. Because, of course, horror movies have no limit, right? Oh, it could be 5 people in his head, it can be this thing, it can be a monster in the toilet, you know. There's no limit, right, what you can actually do. Because the horror movie genre, you just gotta accept anything that happens, right? You know what I mean? And of course, most horror movies are pretty bad, but they have the creativity to do kind of whatever they want. That's why I personally love horror movies. Like, I've seen like all horror movies from Hollywood, whatever, right? Because I just feel like horror movies in the West is where people are willing to just do whatever, right? To go bonkers, right? And these hentai games, right? In a similar way to not hentai, you know, the authors are kind of crazy, right? But the ero games, honestly, in my opinion, are really good, many of them. Not all, of course, many are very crap too, just like horror movies, right? But some of them are really good because it's the same way there. The creativity is just endless, right? Because the authors can do whatever they want. The author can do like whatever flipping they want. They're like, oh, you want to have like that the main cat is actually the daughter of the evil witch and this thing, and then this like gender bender, and she used to be a man but now she's a woman, and this thing is happening, and especially what are the company called again? Oh god. Black Seek does that too, but it's not the Black Seek I'm thinking about. Black Seek does that too. This company is called, but it's like another company. They done the Mugen, something like that. It's called like Mugen something. Not the fighting game, but it's called Mugen. Oh my god, why I wanted to spray this error game? But honestly, I've played this game in Japanese too, so I haven't played it in English. So I tried to explain the story down here. But it's like a really weird game. I want to call it for something called like not Black Seek, but like Mugen Seek or something. And it's like this super weird game where you like time travel all the time. So it's like, picture Error Zero, but like, you know, hentai. And it's basically like really weird because you're playing as this guy and his sister. And you're basically like enslaved at this like this mansion, and you get orders so on by the different females, like the daughter and the mom of the owns the mansion, right? And so on. But the game is really freaky because you play the game and you have some social right, whatever, right? And then you get murdered by like the mom or whatever, right? And then you kind of restart the game, but it's the same storyline, but everything is more like horror themed. And then you do like a time loop, and every basically it's like picture as here, right? But every time loop it gets more and more horrifying, and it's like monsters and demons and more weird stuff happening to your body. And obviously you're forced to be a woman and so on. It's like the weirdest game ever. But you play that game, and honestly, I love that game because you play it and you're like, oh, this game is so weird. You keep playing it because you're like, man, this error game, it just doesn't stop shit, man. It's like it's just so crazy. And then it's really weird because it turned the 4 time loop. Everyone is wearing like some panda mask and shit, right? So everyone is like naked, but they're wearing like this, you know, weird like panda and other mascot helmets, right? But otherwise they're naked and they're walking around like that, except the main character and his sister. And you're just like, what is happening? It's the same company that made that mansion game. It's like in a mansion. That's almost the same storyline as When They Cry Umineko. It's like in this mansion, right? And then you get like, you know, tortured by this witch and so on. Yeah, there's a game basically, an error game that has the same storyline. You get stuck in this mansion as a guy, and then she forces you to become a woman. She gender bended you, and it's just so weird, man. So honestly, I have no problem saying that error games, some of them are freaking crazy, man. I have also to play all the error games, but these guys I played, you know, the popular ones, yeah, because they're. But it comes back, as I mentioned earlier, to the horror. I like horror movies, right? Because most error games are good, or like horror error games. But anyway, yeah, she gives him his. So I love this thing too, that, you know, Marion, the best girl here, she's a super hentai, right? Otoko hentai, yeah. She's like, hey boyfriendo, here's my favorite error games. Please play them and review them for me. Yeah, it's just like, tell me this is my favorite scene, and the scene when she get art in episode 3 is really good. But like, this woman is crazy, but that's what she's like. Honestly though, like, I mean, obviously I love Marion, but she's like the typical, how I say it, right? The absolute perfect dream girl for a nerd, right? Yeah. Not only is she the prettiest girl with ridiculous op-eyes and a big ass, right? But she's also like, not just a nerd, but she's into aero games to talk about, and she loves all the aero games, and she's the pervert. She's like, brings in this guy, right? The Godjo is like, well, what? You want me to play these aero games? She's like, yeah, play the aero games. Oh, this scene is so good. When you are this girl, oh, the art scene is so good. Like, she's crazy, right? Yeah. So that's the Marion's dark side, though, because she's really into like really, really sick games, right? Like she's into this like really really weird love games, and gets him to play them and talks about the dialogue and her favorite scenes that are freaky and so on. Right? So she's one freaky girl. So it's not surprised that she's so casual, right, with her boobies and so on. She's like, touch my oppas, I love that. Yeah, there's no real surprise, right, that the main girl is actually really into showing her body to him, right? Because she plays aero games for a hobby. Her hobby is cosplaying aero game characters. There's a big difference, right, to being an aero game cosplayer than being a normal anime cosplayer. Let's be honest here. Most people that cosplay, you cosplay as Naruto, right, or Tsunade or whatever, right, or Sakura or so on, or Ichigo and Luffy, right? You don't go around and like, I'm gonna be a hentai cosplayer, but that's what Mary's doing. Yeah, she's like, I wanna do hentai cosplay. Like that's a very specific nerdy thing to be like, I wanna do hen cosplay. Like then you have to be really, really into that cosplay. You have to be a super nerd and a perv. Like let's be honest here, this woman is crazy. And the main character is like, yeah, Goju is like, yeah, that's not really normal, right? So you have to honestly say though that she's obviously the ultimate nerd girl ever, right? But yeah, like she does have a limit. Oh, this is it. I love this scene. She's so casual though. Very, very gyaru. Let's be honest. That's why they love gyus, because gyus are casual. Like you know what I mean? Gyus are females that are open with their bodies. Like they have no problem. I love this in here, yeah. She's just like, oh, you want to touch my ass? Oh, there's no problem, God. I like you. You're my best friend now. Yeah, she's like, kind of friend-zoning him in a way, right? He shakes his hand like, oh, you want to touch my ass? Oh, I like that. Don't worry, boy. Like, you're my best friend. Want to ask me about my positioning? I love that stuff, yeah. But the fun thing with her, right, is that even if you wouldn't date her, you're obviously gonna fall in love, right? But even if they wouldn't be a couple, she's just like a wing woman, right? If he asked her like, can I get your best friend's number? That's or the slutty guy in the class. She's like, oh, you wanna smash her? Oh, I can get that shit going. Oh, I love you, man. She's kind of like a weird, yes, she's kind of a weird big sister, right? Honestly, or something like that, She's like, oh, you wanna smash my best friend? Oh, I got you, bro. I will help you with that. Yeah, like she's like, oh yeah, let's go for it, She definitely has that kind of feel to it too, right? Yeah, she's like, you wanna learn about sex? Oh, Munir, I got you, bro. Yeah, she has that weird Unir-san vibe, I guess, The ecchi Unir-san, certainly. Yeah, oh, let's go for it. Yeah, he's like, what? But she had a limit, though. Let's be honest here. In the end, though, I mean, that's adorable too, right? And also reminds me of, Nagatoro and so on, yeah. In the end, though, she does have her limit, right? So when he's gonna measure her pantsu line, yeah, he has to measure her, pantsu, right? Yeah, he can measure her, her buttocks and so on. So first the camera zooms in her ass, right? So very nice anime. But then she actually gets to her limit, right? Yeah, he's gonna measure her pantsu line and so on, and yeah, and then she's like, oh yeah. So even a dirty guy like her has her limit, though. Yeah, she did freak out at the end there when he's starting to touch her buttocks and so on. Yeah, then it was a little bit like, okay, maybe even I can handle that. So she played it cool, right? But yeah, she failed in the end. They played it cool. I'll say one last thing though in the review here, because holy shit, this anime. Yeah, she jumps in his bed, she jumps on his bed and so on. But like this scene though, I have to really give credit for a certain reaction, right? This scene where she jumps on his bed and it's all like, measure my feet, boy. Yeah, and she's all like, measure my feet. I want you to touch my feet. This scene though, the only ones with oppas and so on, right? But honestly, this scene, it was crazy detailed oppai bunch. Like, I'm just gonna say it here. This anime, they're spending some budget on her oppas. Like, that was just crazy. He jumps on her in his bed, right? And it's all like, yeah, let's measure my feet and oppas and so on, right? And it's super ecchi and so on. But seriously, I was showing it here, right? But holy shit, like, she was lying on his bed, and they were doing this for like a minute. Her oppas, the detail of her oppas, like the one that goes going up, one's going down, right? Like the detail of how they were moving and so on. Like, I felt they spent like $1 million animating her boobs. Let's be honest here. This scene, they were like, ooh, and this thing, and then she does this thing. I was like, man, it was amazing. It was like top quality hentai boob punching. He was like, oh my god, they... Like, seriously, spent half the budget on this scene of animating her titties. Like, let's be honest here. Like, what an anime. What an anime. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, they were like, yeah, let's spend all the money on this scene to make her oppai and her abs so on look good. Like, I have not seen such detailed oppai bunch in, like, I don't know, since when, honestly. I can't even imagine. I can't even remember when I saw that kind of level of oppai bounce. But seriously, they were like, holy shit, were they? I mean, it genuinely, like, I was like, whoa, this oppai bounce is just like, wow. It's just like, best girl. Yeah, I gotta tweet it. but I was like, man, they were really spending their time on her oppai. So I was like, man, yeah, it was like, what is happening? like honestly, I was like, what is happening? I haven't seen, that level of budget for like, let's do some super detailed oppais. But anyway, that's the review, guys. I love the episode of course, about for a long time than I expected. I went on error game rant here. No, but I think it's funny that I think so few people, right? Unless you're really otaku, right? Like me, really nerdy, and you all are watching this thing. You all are freaking perfs. So you know what I'm talking about, right? But it feels like a lost art, right? Outside for us massive otakus, right? Because seriously, so many error games, many of them are crap. Don't get me wrong. Like 80% is probably utter crap, right? You just like horror movies. Horror movies. Most of them are just utter failure, right? Yeah, they do horrible storylines and it makes no sense, right? And the quality is crap. But then you have those gems, right? You're like, man, this is an interesting storyline, Maybe the quality is still bad from actual movie quality, like whatever, right? But the storyline can sometimes be amazing. And that is what I feel with error games too, right? Where you watch it, you hear about the error game. Because usually I read about them, right? People don't like recommend them. This is a very good idea. I read about them. And many of them are horrible, right? But some of them are just such a golden gem. You're like, wow, this storyline's amazing. It's much better than most movies or whatever, or even animes. It's just crazy. And then having that extra detail of you actually playing the character, right? Playing the options, playing so on. Because every time I play those games, right? The novel games, right? It have to be error game, because be a novel games, right? Yeah. Visual novel games. I'm always just trying to play them as I would play them, as myself. Okay, if I was there, what would I do? Would I kill this woman? Would I run away with her? And so yeah, I always try to play them the first time the way I played them. Right? Just before Christmas, I played Human. Detroit Become Human. Right? Yeah, and same thing there. I was like, I'm not gonna fight this guy. I'm not gonna kill this person. I just played the game as exactly as I would try to, be in real life, right? And, I went with the pacifistic route, of course, with Marcus trying to, like, unite human and androids and so on, yeah. So, and after that, you replay it, right? It's a really good game, for that matter. It's a great game, yeah, of course. Human Detroit. And one thing I really like with that game, my last point here, comparing something like Life is Strange so on, is that Life is Strange I hate, right? Because Life is Strange, everyone told me it's amazing. I worked with this lesbian girl at a game company. She has green hair and a lot of oppais and and tattoos. I've talked about her before probably, which is kind of funny because, yeah, I worked with this lesbian girl and she's a lesbian, but she's incredibly open to showing her tattoos. So she always kept flashing me at work to show me. Honestly, like I come in the office and she's like, I got a new tattoo. I was like, okay, nice. It's on my oppai. I want to see. And she literally showed me her oppais in the office. I'm not calling it. But anyway, this girl that I work with, she always kept telling me how amazing Life is Strange is, right? Like this dating, or this visual novel European game, right? But I hate that game because it's so boring. Because you play the game, you have all these options, so you think it's gonna be like a Japanese error game, right? You have the options and who you're gonna date or whatever you're gonna save and so on, right? But then you play the game and it actually doesn't matter. Like whatever you do, it just changes the dialogue a little bit, but it doesn't actually affect the storyline. So I think it was crap, right? Like you play it. It, in the end does that, but during the storyline, most of it's the exact same thing happened anyway. So it's like a really poor game compared to a typical Japanese novel game, where certainly many of them are crap too, right? But the good ones, you actually have this branching paths, right? And you have different extra. So Detroit Become Human I really liked, but that game you definitely actually branches out. You have different endings and you have some characters you can die immediately in the storyline and they never return or whatever. Yeah, so you actually do have massive effect on the storyline. So it goes sometime on, but I call that in my research many years ago. It's called pseudo choice, right? Where the game pretends to have a choice, like in Zelda, and Zelda asks you as Link, right? Do you want to help me save hero? And you can be like, no, I don't want to, right? And the game asks you again, do you want to save hero? You're like, no, I don't want to. You can answer no, infinite times. That's a pseudo choice, yeah. Unfortunately, most games like Life is Strange is a pseudo choice. It pretends that you have choices, but it actually doesn't matter. But anyway, yeah, I got a little gaming rant in. But this is what Mary's into, right? Mary loves those games, and I understand why. Yeah, she loves these, dating games, right, and so on. And, who doesn't, right? I love them too, these Japanese dating games, as I started about. Because, yeah, I think many of them are awesome, right? I think many of them are really, really awesome. Of course, some of them are a little bit more questionable, right? I think the best scene again with Marin. This is the freaking best scene, man. This is not the best revealing scene, but I just love it because I love her teasing smile, right? You know what I mean? If I say it somewhere else, yeah. That's one where she showed her ass. This scene or the scene when the camera zoomed in her buttocks. Yeah, the camera, like, I can't show it on YouTube because the camera went straight up her ass, yeah. But otherwise, this scene, man, this is why we love Mary now. She's like, wanna see my oppas? Yeah, but anyway, see you guys, strap it on. I think I'm gonna watch the creating gender bender beast monster. It wasn't like fantastic, but it was still funny. I actually laughed at that, honestly, right? The other Saturday animes, like, these are the only anime I watch Saturday. Like this anime, Beast creating Beast Girls, ecchi Beast Girls, and One Piece, right? Of course, later night, but obviously One Piece, it's One Piece, right? But with all the other animes, right here, I was really disappointed in all the other animes I had last Saturday. I was like, man, this is crap. Yeah, boring storyline. The Onos copy thing was boring. It was just terrible. You jumped over like 50 chapters. It was just basically unwatchable. So this feels like a kind of a lame. Obviously, this anime is really good, but otherwise, it feels like kind of a lame Saturday this season because I'm used to having like 3, even like 5. I think even one year like 5 animes that were amazing on Saturday, and now it's like one anime that I love and another anime that I feel is passable. It's like one anime I really love this anime, of course, and then another anime that feels like it's okay. So Saturday feels very weak this season. I feel honestly this season has been a week. Honestly, it has a few